Good evening. This is Becca Townsend with your 5 o'clock news report. The new Indiana academic standards that would replace Common Core was debated by the Education Roundtable today, even as opponents of Common Core rally against the new standards. The roundtable was co-chaired by Governor Pence and State School Superintendent Glenda Ritz, and was comprised of teachers, school administrators, state lawmakers, and others. In local news, domestic violence incidents like the recent ones in Indianapolis are no surprise to counselors and therapists. Julian Center Programming Vice President Betsy Whaley says at least 1 in 4 women will experience some sort of domestic violence or sexual assault in their relationships during their lifetime. Whaley says domestic violence crosses all socioeconomic lines. From the courthouse, an Indiana congressional candidate is simultaneously running for Senate in Tennessee and isn't a resident of either state. Aaron Maggie is one of 5 Republicans seeking the nomination to oppose 7th District Democrat Andre Carson. He's also challenging Tennessee Senator Lamar Alexander and running for Congress in his home state of Florida. For the hobby gardener, if you're going to be doing some backyard digging and planting in this gorgeous spring weather, there are some things you need to keep in mind before you start. Chuck Moeller is the Public Relations Director for Indiana 811. He says it's very important to call 811 2 days before you plan on doing any yard work that involves digging at any depth. That's because some underground facilities are buried just inches below the surface. In national news, to mark Women's Day, Iranian President Hassan Rouhani made a speech urging for equal opportunities and rights for men and women. The president also condemned sexual discrimination and criticized those who perceive a woman's active presence in society as a threat. In sharp contrast to the president's comments, the nation's supreme leader called gender equality one of the biggest mistakes of Western thought. In sports news, the Cincinnati Reds were victors over the Chicago Cubs 8-2. Jay Bruce went 2 for 5 with a solo home run in the win. Cubs starter Carlos Villanueva gave up 5 earned runs in the loss. The Chicago White Sox snapped their 4-game losing streak with a 16-2 pounding of the Texas Rangers. The first 3 hitters in the lineup combined for 8 hits and 10 runs batted in. This has been Becca Townsend with your 5 o'clock news report, signing off for CHTV.